What's up, everyone? Ben Reza here for Odd Shopper. It is week 3, college football. It's time to put some bets on the board. Specifically, you know what we're here to do? We're building a parlay. 3-leg parlay. We're going to try to hit 1, then 2, and get to the last leg, and boom, cash a plus money ticket. Is it easy? Definitely not. Is it fun? Absolutely. And can it be profitable? No doubt about it. I want to welcome you into Odd Shopper, all things betting, from the picks to the tools to process. Everything we got going on this channel. So much college football content. If you want full breakdowns, individual game breakdowns, picks, parlays, you came to the right place. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you really do like the content. It's much appreciated. Let's look at our video last week. We do one of these a week. 2 of 3. 2 of 3 is good. I had a really good week in general. 2 of 3 in a parlay is not going to get it done. We need to hit 3 of 3. And the 2 that we hit just absolutely rolled. Texas State won by like 50, and Nebraska also was just dominant. And Cincinnati and Pittsburgh did not get it done. Enough about that. Let's get into the action right now. So, going to FanDuel. Starting out. We're going with total again to get things started, but I do like this spot. Going to scroll a little bit through the games. Boom, and we land. Ding, ding, ding. Oklahoma State and Tulsa over 62.5 points. Oklahoma State's an 18.5 point favorite. So, step 1, they better have a really healthy showing because their implied total obviously is, we're talking about 40-ish points for them. They got to get it done in that regard, and I think that they will. Let's talk about these teams because it's not a fascinating matchup. That's stretching it, but Oklahoma State, and listen, things are going to change. You have a sample size in terms of statistics of 1. When you play FCS schools, they tend not to count. Oklahoma State is playing crazy fast. First in the country in seconds per play. Now, again, it's just the Arkansas game, but they were more than willing to get up and down with possessions. They gave up 31 points in the game and went to overtime, all that, blah, blah, blah. But Oklahoma State's offense is still prolific. We know about Ollie Gordon. We know about Bowman. They've got experience. They should march up and down the field. And if tempo isn't an issue, now we're in business. Speaking of tempo, we've got Tulsa on the other side. Tulsa, they also play fast, 37th in seconds per play. One of their games does not count for those statistics. But, it was kind of alarming. And I actually bet this game, so I watched it back in week 1. Tulsa played Northwestern State, the FCS school, and they gave up 28 points in that game. They scored 62 on their own. This is what I'm talking about. Then they gave up 28 points to Arkansas State as well. Tulsa's defense is no good. It's simply not good. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how they're going to stop Oklahoma State, but their offense is good enough to give you a couple touchdowns at least. I wouldn't be stunned to see this, 45-27, something along those lines. I really think Oklahoma State has a lot of success through the air, on the ground, explosive plays, and I think Tulsa keeps pace. If you give me the tempo that these teams are playing at, this is going over 62.5. We're getting the parlay started with a total Oklahoma State and Tulsa. All right, 1 in the books. I do want to mention, though, of course, I mentioned just before, 2 of 3 on this video, no good, but it was a really good week, and it was. And if you're interested in just attaching yourself to a community, obviously, I'm going to tell you about the one that I have going on at Tails over on Odd Shopper. It's right here. You see, boom, 50% promo is still going on. Won't be going on forever. That's just the truth. You can get in here. You obviously get all the picks, all the access, and you get into Discord. All the people, people are pouring into our Discord. It's super exciting. You get these channels right here. I'm talking about not just college football, all sorts of bets, all sorts of things. It's just a really fun time. It's a great community and a great group. So if you're interested in saying, you know what, I want to check this out, make sure you save yourself some money. Come in for a week, come in for a month, less than $1 a day. So if you're betting any type of volume, you think this even saves you 1 bet, it's worth it. And I absolutely think that it does. Now, enough about that. We got to find some games for this parlay. We only have 1 game. Let's go. Back to business here. All right. Scrolling. This is where it could get off the rails. I'm not gonna lie. A little concerned about this game, but I like the number, I like the spot, and I like the team. Bet them in week 1. They actually did cover for me. Kennesaw State, the Owls. Don't sleep on the Owls. You could sleep on them a little, but they just have to cover. 18.5 at -110. Again, shop this entire parlay across the industry. Thing that stands out the most, 43.5 point total, and we're getting 18.5. Those are really thin margins for San Jose State. Good luck with all that. So let's talk about Kennesaw State. lost by 12 to UTSA. They are a new school, first year in the FBS. Then they lost by 24 points to Louisiana. I was a little annoyed by that. I thought they should have played better. But things that I like: 93rd in seconds per play. They're a methodical offense. Two, they're basically a triple option offense in the sense that they have an extreme run rate. It's already jumped up to 21st in rush play percentage. It was down in week 1, and I didn't know what they were doing. They went right back to it against Louisiana, not with any success, I'll be honest, but they should really keep the ball on the ground. San Jose State is 2-0, but I don't believe in this team whatsoever. They beat an FCS school that I actually thought was pretty good, 42-24, and then they beat Air Force 17-7. Air Force is an awesome team. They lost everybody. This is not the Academy of last year. They're going to struggle with Army and probably even Navy at this point. I don't believe in San Jose State. Tempo-wise, they're neutral. This could be a slow, limited possession game. And when you're getting north of 2 touchdowns and basically 2.5 touchdowns, I'm going to ride with Kennesaw State. I think they can do enough to keep this respectable. I think it could mirror the Air Force game a little bit. So I'm not calling for them to win, but I just think 18.5 is simply too much. And we've kind of seen the market agree with that. This was up there. We missed some key numbers, no doubt about it. It has continuously come down. I still don't think it's come down far enough. I think inside 17 is where I'd pass. At 18.5, give me Kennesaw State as a play for this parlay. So we've talked about the total in the Oklahoma State game. Now we've gone off the rails with Kennesaw State. Let's get one more and throw them together to complete this parlay. I also want to mention, if you're betting parlays, you're betting anything really. Bet365, this is very simple. It'll take 10 seconds. If you're in a state that has it, you can bet 5 and get 200 in bonus bets, win or lose. It's simple. The link is below. You simply deposit 10, bet 5, win or lose, you get 200 in bonus bets. You have to be 21 plus, 18 in Kentucky. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Great opportunity for anyone in a Bet365 state. All right. The table is set. We've hit 2 of them. We need one more pick. Where is it going to be? It's going to be right here. Now, I want to be clear right here. This is sitting at 3.5 at plus 100. You can move this. You could buy a half a point. You could do a lot of things. For purposes of video, I'm just going to leave it. But keep in mind, there are 3s out there. Obviously not at plus 100, but 3.5 is, that hook matters. No doubt about it. 46.5 point total. I like Indiana in this game, though. Let's talk about it. The Hoosiers, the James Madison Light. They come over, that coaching staff so far, early returns, very good. Indiana crushed Florida International, who we actually bet the next week, and they won as an outright dog. So that's not a quality win, but it looks a little more impressive. Then they beat Western Illinois by 70 points. It's an FCS school. And now they have to travel out west for these awkward games. There's no doubt about that. Things I like. I've heard about the travel. Oh, they don't want to go out west. First of all, Indiana played on Friday, not Saturday. Second of all, they played an FCS school. That mitigates a lot of the potential concerns in my mind. Next, UCLA, I think they just might not be any good. We saw them, first of all, they had a bye, so they've just been sitting around. Saw them against Hawaii on the island, so they had to travel too, don't forget. And they looked awful. The game was a mess. Hawaii's quarterback got hurt. UCLA did enough, but that's about all I could say for them. I have no confidence in this team. I'm not sure what they really give you. Beating Hawaii 16-13 is not exactly how I would draw up the start of the season. And again, bizarrely, they've only played 1 game. So maybe they've had some times to fix some things. Obviously, a lot of UCLA's defense was poached over to USC, including the defensive coordinator, who looks like an absolute superstar. He's turned around USC's defense already. To me, Indiana's the team. They're on the upswing. Now, can they compete with the big boys? That's a separate video for another time. I think the answer to that is no. I think they're going to go out west and get a nice win here. So for me, Indiana will do enough. They've got an explosive offense. The level of competition is going to rise. But so far, so good. And it's going to be 3-0 for the Hoosiers. All right. Let's recap it before I get out of here. And again, any questions on any of these games, any other games, how to get in Discord, anything I can help with, at JazzRazBets on Twitter. That's what I'm there for. Just want to make sure everyone knows that they have that resource. Always try to respond to everyone, unless you're an insane person, and then I'll just mute you into the shadow realm. Tulsa, Oklahoma State, over 62.5 points. Kennesaw State, plus 18.5. Indiana, -3.5. Again, you'll always have the option to make some alterations if you want to. You can roll a money line in there or whatnot. We're over 6-1 because of the +100. Look at that beauty. 100 to win, 628 on the dot. We're going to give it a shot. Again, it's not easy to do. A low probability of success with a 3-leg parlay, but you put some EV legs together, you can make some magic. And I really like all 3 of these bets. There we have it, friends. Appreciate everybody tuning in. It's going to be an awesome week 3 slate. I have a ton of bets, a ton of action. I hope you're along for the ride to sweat it out, win, lose, or draw. On that note, appreciate everyone. I'm going to duck on out of here. Hit the like button on your way out. It really does go a long way. Good luck this week. Enjoy the games. I'll talk to you soon.